Hi, I'm Dana. Welcome to Tools and Tips to Owning Your Worth. And today's topic is having difficult conversations. We are all in a position at one time or another to be faced with talking to someone we love or care about things that we are assuming are going to ruffle feathers. And so I thought it would be important to talk about the tools and tips that I've learned to kind of frame up whether to have those or not, and then how to have them. But before we get to that, I just want to say thank you to all of my subscribers and to welcome all of you who are new to the channel. If what I am talking about resonates, please feel free to like and subscribe to my channel. And if for all of you, if what we talk about today resonates and you want to add comments, please add comments below. Any other episodes that I refer to will be linked below this episode. How to have difficult conversations, when to have difficult conversations, and why to have difficult conversations. So why? Let's start there. When we are upset, when we are feeling resentment, when we are feeling discombobulated or angry with somebody else in our lives, that is an opportunity for us to do self-reflection and self-work. And if upon self-reflection we start to think, I would really like to talk to that person about how I'm feeling, the criteria that I use that a friend of mine taught me, and it's brilliant, and I would like everybody in the entire universe to know it, because it really helps you, is ask yourself one simple question. Is the relationship worth having the conversation? Do I value this relationship enough to give it the energy that I will have to put in to having this conversation? So I really have used that to vet if I'm going to address something with someone or not. If it's the mailman, probably not going to have a difficult conversation. If the mailman is my husband, then yeah, probably. So that's number one. Tool number one is, just because you have to, doesn't mean you really have to. Like, decide, is this relationship worth having the difficult conversation? If you get to the answer and the answer is yes, then the next question that you're going to have to cover is, okay, how do I bring it up? Things to avoid, all right? Tools and topics to avoid. You cannot make people feel, so there's no reason to be worried about how the other person is going to take it. You do not have a crystal ball or a turban, so stop telling yourself you know how the conversation is going to go. You don't. And number three, if we come from emotion, I feel, and we come from a place of love, it's going to be the best that it can be. So if we stay out of ego and we are talking about something that we feel that we have to discuss, but we are coming from mutual trust, respect, and love for that other person and ourselves, and we keep that in mind going in to the conversation, it will go smoother. I'm not a big proponent or advocate for practicing a million times. I think the more you say things in your head, the more upset and nervous you're going to become. Can you have a loose outline? Absolutely. I don't think that anybody can just shoot from the hip when you're talking about something that you're hurt or passionate about. But just have a loose outline. Maybe these are the things I really want to bring up. These are the things I really want to make sure I discuss with said person. And then leave it alone until you have decided and asked this person to meet with you. And then, so the next tip or tool that I'm going to encourage you to apply is, don't surprise them. Be like, hey, and can we have a conversation about such and such? I'm feeling like it would benefit from more interaction, and I would like to have that with you. And, if it has to be on the phone, then it has to be on the phone. But obviously in person is best. And these are not conversations that you ever undertake over text. This is not if you're trying to have a difficult conversation over text, then go back to the first question, because the answer is no. Because if you value this person so little that you are texting all of this important stuff with no voice inflection and no parameters whatsoever, just it's complete open interpretation on their part based on words in bubbles, not cool, not happening. So what I would suggest is to, when you ask if you can talk to them, just give them a tiny little snippet or a highlight. The other thing I would encourage you to avoid is, hey, I'm upset about something. Can we discuss it? No, because that's basically emotional blackmail. Now this person is like, well, what the heck? Like, what's going on? Or they know, or they think they know, and now you're all in their head. That's not fair. So, again, I think the best way is just to approach it straight on, but be very kind and loving and say, when this happened, this is how I felt. Can we discuss it? Or something like that. You'll figure it out. But I really am a huge proponent to having difficult conversations with the people that we love and respect in our lives, because the outcome every single time is going to be a deeper relationship. Every single time. And again, this isn't about how they react in the moment. You've prepared. They haven't. They've basically said, yes, I'm willing to talk to you about this. So next tip, please don't put too much stock in their initial reactions. And again, come from love, okay? So don't react to their reaction, come from love. Bring it back to, why am I having this conversation in the first place? Because I love and respect this person, and I feel very strongly that it's worth us hashing this out, okay? So please have them when they're necessary. And if you have, at the end of them, I do always try and say thank you, and the version of I love you that fits the relationship best. I am very, 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 very strong about saying thank you, because this person came to you in a vulnerable state, not knowing how this was going to go, and they showed up for you, and you showed up for them. And I think that's beautiful. So, you can trip through it. It's totally fine. I have all the faith in the world in you. Until next time, thanks so much for stopping by. Namaste.